What's up, Rasmanites? Yes, it is my real hair. Some of you are probably wondering, was it my real hair in the Civilian Snowman Kick-Ass competition entry? So, there's your answer. Yes, indeed, it is my real hair that I would shoot without the hat on today to prove it. Well, by far the biggest film out there right now that's worth talking about, and pretty much the only film that's buzzworthy these days, except for Kick-Ass, but Kick-Ass has been in theaters for a while, is of course Iron Man 2. And I did go see Iron Man 2. I saw it on opening day on Friday, May the 7th of 2010. But I realized in my haste to do an Iron Man 2 review, which was the episode that you guys were going to see today, I realized that I never reviewed Iron Man 1. So today, we are going to do a Blu-ray/film review for the Iron Man 2-disc Special Collector's Edition. On the Razmans Reality. Now there's a couple of reasons of note why I felt like the first Iron Man was worth coming back to revisit before doing an Iron Man 2 review. Not only because Iron Man 2 is a sequel, but because Iron Man, the film, is probably the best origin story of any major superhero that I've ever seen done on film. And for me, that's saying a lot, because most of you out there who watch my videos, unless you're a new subscriber, will know I am a big Batman fan. Probably the biggest Batman fan alive, some would argue. So for me to put this ahead of Batman Begins is really saying something. And really for me to put it ahead of the first Spider-Man film is saying something, because both of those were absolutely tremendously done origin stories. But Iron Man takes all of the best elements from the comic book universe and puts them all into one tremendously told origin story. All the best aspects of the Tony Stark character and the Tony Stark Marvel universe are shown in this film. You have the beginning of the story showing you how Tony Stark was a man who created weapons, stepping into his father's footsteps, and really felt as though he was doing the right thing for the world. And it's not until the traumatic experience that caused him to become Iron Man that he realizes of what it is that he actually set out to do. And as such, you see him grow from your typical billionaire philanthropist playboy to a man with a great soul and a great heart and a great determination to stop the overuse of not only his weapons, but weapons in general throughout the world. And it turns out that his nemesis is Obadiah Stane, who was his father's right-hand man and his right-hand man. Obadiah Stane apparently for a while has wanted control of Stark Industries and actually is the one that puts out the hit on Tony Stark and tries to quote-unquote take him out. As Tony is trying to stop Obadiah, he enlists the help of his secretary slash personal assistant slash secret love, Pepper Potts, brilliantly played by Gwyneth Paltrow, and Lieutenant Colonel James Rhodes, who he has nicknamed Rhodey, played in this one by Terrence Howard. But we'll get into that when we talk about Iron Man 2, because I have my own opinions about Terrence Howard and whether or not that was a necessary recasting for the second film. But anyway, that is your basic plot summary of the first one for those of you that have never seen it. And it just establishes Tony Stark, why he becomes Iron Man, and who Iron Man is as a person. And then Obadiah Stane goes nuts and tries to kill him, and he has to put a stop to him. The thing to me that makes this stand out above all else as far as origin stories is just the unbelievable acting by the crew of Iron Man. From Robert Downey Jr., of course. The man's a god, in my opinion. He can play any role and make it interesting. But also Gwyneth Paltrow, as I mentioned, as Pepper Potts. Terrence Howard as Lieutenant Colonel James Rhodes. Sorry if there was an angle change there. My phone rang. Jeff Bridges as Obadiah Stane, aka Ironmonger. And of course director Jon Favreau himself as Happy. Just this entire cast is absolutely phenomenal. The best way that I can describe the feeling of Iron Man is that you really, truly escape into this world like none other, in my opinion, as far as an origin story goes. You really, really, really feel like you're watching Tony Stark, Pepper Potts, Obadiah Stane, Lieutenant Colonel James Rhodes, Happy. You don't feel like you're watching Terrence Howard, Gwyneth Paltrow, Robert Downey Jr., and Jeff Bridges. That is a testament to how strong the acting is in this film. So yeah, bottom line, if you haven't seen Iron Man and were considering it because you like the trailer for the second one and wanted to give it a shot, definitely go and see Iron Man first, because this is a phenomenal, phenomenal origin story. And if you own a Blu-ray player, you absolutely 110% owe it to yourself to pick up this 2-disc collector's edition. You have an absolutely phenomenal transfer, everything you would want, no digital artifacting or macro blocking or DNR of any kind from a picture quality standpoint. Sound quality is outstanding, and for just the 2-disc special edition, this one is absolutely loaded. In my opinion, the best featurette on this set is actually on disc 1. It's a featurette called The Invincible Iron Man, which is basically the most definitive comic book history that I've ever seen included on a Blu-ray or DVD set in regards to a superhero. This blows the one done for Spider-Man that I cannot remember if it was on the DVD for Spider-Man 1 or Spider-Man 2. It's been a while since I've looked at those DVDs, but Spider-Man had a brief comic book history done, and this Iron Man one blows it away, because not only does Stan Lee and all the others tell you the history of the comics, but you have the writers and the people who brought Iron Man to life over the years involved in this, and you see all the elements that were taken to create the Tony Stark and other principal characters that you see in this film brought to life in the movie, because you hear the writers of the comic book talk about it and know where the writers of the film got their inspiration. It's an absolutely phenomenal featurette, and one that I actually will sit and watch about once a month. That's how entertaining it is. Yeah, basically there you have it in a nutshell. Iron Man, a tremendous film and a must-own 2-disc special edition for anyone with a Blu-ray player. There are great featurettes on disc 2. I just wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about the Invincible Iron Man, but there's some great stuff on disc 2 as well. So yeah, most definitely worth your purchase. And right now on Amazon, actually, it's going for $20 US, and I got this brand new. as a Christmas gift. But for those of you that don't have it yet, $20 US, you can't beat that, for sure. This is reality according to the Rathman. And Rathman style, it's not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.